Do you need Buddha Shakyamuni to talk from a statue and say, I accept you? Or you think, I believe in you, I'm a Buddhist? Do you think the Dalai Lama has hundreds of thousands of people every year? Yes, you're my student. Yes, you're my student. You're just my student. Or do you think people in the audience think, oh my God, this is Avalokiteshvara, you're my guru? There are thousands of people running around the world who never had a private audience to talk to him in person, who consider him their guru. It's from your side if you believe it. Whether your guru accepts you or not, it doesn't really matter. And especially if you're under a popular guru, not a cat in the alley like me, who has thousands of students, it's impossible that each student gets an affirmation from the teacher that, yes, you're my student from now on. The important thing is you yourself think, I am your student. And once you commit to that, you commit to that. The whole thing about the Lama checking the student is, you may think he is your Lama. He may not think you're the student. So if there's any higher initiations, you don't get an invitation card. Simple as that. But if there's general teachings, you're always invited. If there's higher initiations or dangerous practices that he knows you can't make it, he won't invite you. So it doesn't seal anything. You get it? Whether the guru accepts you as his student or not, when he gives you a teaching, do you not still benefit? If you practice it, do you not benefit? Then what's the problem? You want an emotional ego stroke? Oh, my long-lost student from 10 lifetimes. Come here. What difference does it make? Definitely the guru-disciple relationship is defined by the student. When the teacher gives you higher practices, then it's a clear sign that you're accepted. Naropa and Tilopa. Naropa ran around as guru serving him for 12 years before Tilopa even asked him what his name was. 12 years. He didn't even know what his name was. Because he went to a wedding and he gave Tilopa some delicious food. He licked his finger and says, my son. His student, Naropa, went, what? My son? For 12 years you didn't even ask me my name. You just went, oi, to me, and then you call me my son. So my point is there is no confusion. You're saying that if it's not confirmed from our guru that he says, you're my student, then it's not confirmed. So I'm kind of on a safe track. But if you in your mind have thought this is my guru, it's already sealed. It's already sealed. Once in your mind you think this is my guru, it's already sealed. Whether people know it or not, or verbalize or not, in your mental continuum you have thought this is my guru, and these teachings benefit me. Then if you have an opportunity to say, oh, will you accept me? And the guru says yes, okay. Whether the guru verbally accepts you or not, from your side, you still have a responsibility. Just because the guru hasn't accepted you officially as a student, do you think you can go and abuse him? Beat him up? Be disrespectful? Run around naked? Throw your coffee at him? Of course not. Of course not. It has nothing to do with the side of the guru, whether he verbally or openly or directly or personally affirms your tutorialship. It's your attitude from your side. And your attitude from your side will flow into this guru-disciple relationship automatically. Automatically. And even if it's not your guru, if it's someone you receive Dharma from, it's still very nice to be respectful. Taking refuge with someone doesn't mean they're your guru. And the person who gives you refuge doesn't mean they're your root guru. Taking refuge means you have entered the path. And you have started on the path of practice to become a Buddha. So to fulfill that refuge, if necessary, you can have 14 gurus that give you a lot of knowledge that will be very vast and wide to fulfill your refuge commitments. So to take refuge with 14 gurus is unnecessary. It's like saying that I want coffee, and from each guru you get a cup, so you got 14 cups. Which you fill up 14 cups, it's impossible to drink. One cup filled serves the purpose. So you do not have to take refuge with 14 gurus. You take refuge with one guru. Just one. Even without taking refuge, your guru still can be your root guru. Just by simply say, I request you to be my guru. Please, may I be your student. Even before he's accepted, if you think you're his student, you will become his student. As I say, Naropa thought of himself as Tilopa student for 12 years, but when he mentioned that, he got a bashing. He said, I'm not your guru, and you're not my student. I've never seen you before, and I hope never to see you again. Another bashing with his walking stick, and he walked away. And Naropa was like, he likes me. Yeah, he actually says he likes me. You should read the story. It's so funny. But that's what really happened. You can make a commitment without refuge. The only thing is you don't have the vows. But you still can live as if you had the vows. Whether you had the vows of refuge or not, you still can be a virtuous person. What happens if you live in a land where there's no lamas? There's no one to give refuge, no teachers. But you came across the teachings on the internet. So you can't practice Dharma until you take refuge 20 years later? What happens if you live in in some kind of country that's communist? Or some country that doesn't admit it, or you can't go there. So if there's no gurus around, what, you can't practice virtue? You can't hold the refuge vows? The thing is this, is that taking refuge is something official, but it's also very personal. So if you live in a place where you can't take refuge from a lama, if you can't take refuge, you can make 3 prostrations to the Buddha and take the refuge vows in front of them, and you can hold it as if you had it. You can do that. You have to check circumstantial. In this country, I know what you guys are thinking about. In this country, once you take refuge, that's my root guru, the end. It's not like that. It's not like that at all. Your root lama is a lama that inspires you the most, that you feel very close and that has given you a lot of dharma and changed your life. That is who your root guru is. In fact, I just read that yesterday. That's what a root guru is someone that really inspires you and changes your life. That's your root guru. And the root guru doesn't depend on their status, how famous or how big or how small they are. It depends on their relationship with you and how they affect your mind. That's why you call it a root guru. They change your whole root thinking. They change your whole basis of life, your whole basis of where you come from. They change everything, your root guru. And then roots, why? From the roots, the whole tree grows. That's your root guru. And that has scriptural source. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Here, Root Gurus, page 77. You guys got to get this book. It's fabulous, all right? Very fabulous. Root Gurus, it just says Root Gurus. Root Gurus are the spiritual mentors who turn disciples' hearts and minds most ardently to the Buddhist path. They are the strongest sources of inspiration to sustain the disciples throughout their spiritual journeys. The relationship with such teachers acts as roots for all attainments, and hence root guru. The mentors who serve disciples as their root gurus are not necessarily the first spiritual teachers that the seekers encounter or the ones who give them the most Dharma instruction or meditation or ritual training, nor are they necessarily the mentors with whom they take refuge or liberation vows. Most, however, come from among their tantric masters. The discussion of root gurus traditionally appear primarily in the context of the highest tantra practice. The Sakya tradition, in fact, equates the term spiritual mentor, tantric master, and root guru. Such mentors serve as the roots of all our paths because of refuge, liberation, bodhisattva, and tantric vows we take in their presence during the highest tantric empowerments, and because of the experience and flash insights we gain during the procedures through their inspiration. That part, never mind. Listen to this first part again. Root gurus are spiritual mentors who turn their disciples' hearts and minds most ardently to the Buddhist path. They are the strongest sources of inspiration to sustain disciples through their spiritual journeys. The relationship with such teachers acts as roots for all attainments. The mentors who serve disciples as their root gurus are not necessarily the first spiritual teachers that the seekers encounter, or the ones who give them the most Dharma instruction, or meditation, or ritual training. Okay? So it's the one that turns our hearts and minds very much. So how long you stayed with them, how much Dharma you received from them, is not the criteria here. Of course, we must respect teachers even that are not our root teachers. The criteria here is which person turned our hearts and minds around towards Dharma. That is our root teacher. Why? From then all roots of attainments arise.